A very, very warm, good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You're live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. And it's another watch along, this time of the Indian women's national team in an international friendly in a tri-nation tournament that India is hosting, featuring Iran and neighbors Nepal. And yeah, looking forward to this one today, to seeing how our women's national team are preparing for the AFC Asian Cup. AFC Asian, AFC Women's Asian Cup. That's the correct way to say it. And for me, I think, and for all of us, I think it's an opportunity to see where does our women national team stand at this moment in time. And yeah, let's wait and see what we can do. And it will be interesting to see if our team today can get a result or not. And yeah, where these girls even training knowing that they will be facing Iran now? I am not too sure. Aditya, yes, they trained for a few days, that I know, but I don't know for how long. Again, the information has not been that easily available. I think that's one of those many problems that we have currently with Indian football, that we're speculating a lot about what happens, what has happened here or there. As we see the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Shillong, and there is nearly nobody in the stadium, as the two teams, yeah, have both teams changed the sides. India will be playing from left to right in orange, while the Iranian women will be playing in an all-white kit, and so therefore we are saying, yeah, Iran, yes, Iran, Aditya, not Iraq. So therefore, I'm interested to see what we do, what we can do, what we can achieve in this game. For Crispin Chetri, it's a good test. It's a very good test, in my opinion, to see what the team can do, and let's see how we face off against Iran, who, yeah, most probably are somewhat of our level, and it will be very interesting to see how we are managing it. Hi, Devomit, welcome back. Hi, Utsav as well. Happy Diwali to you, Utsav. I want to put my tender prediction. It's going to be FSL. It's literally going to be FSL. No one is investing. The stage is set for FSL. Okay, Aditya. We'll talk about that another day. Today, we want to talk about the India women's national team and their first preparatory match in the women's tri-nation international tournament. And as we have kickoff in Shillong, I said Iran from right to left and India from left to right. And I quickly want to go through the Indian lineup and to see if there are any real surprises. So that's going to be interesting. Iran and India, interesting to see how both the teams play in this game. Iran in the back line, trying to combine their way forward. And cleared by the Indian team. Interesting, as I said, will be interesting to see how India cope with the Iranians with this cold and fresh weather. All eyes on the best footballer in that squad. That is Pyari Zaza. Yeah. Maybe not Aditya, and of course there's Mabais Nifai. Yes, that was clearly something which I directly heard. Iran trying to play forward, India clear their lines. Iranians with a potential danger, but Pantwai allows the ball to run out. It's an interesting test, as I said, what India can do against Iran, who themselves, test themselves against India. Vignesh, it is being streamed by FIFA Plus, so open FIFA Plus, the website or the app, and then you will see it as a live option. Pyari on that right wing tries to put a cross in, but blocked by the Iranians. So once again, Vignesh, if you want to try and watch it, it is live on FIFA Plus, not only in India, but around the world. Goal kick for Iran. Interesting to see, as I said, how the Iranians go into this game. What is their idea? And interesting to see how the India women's national team play in this game. How do they take this forward? How do they, Iran, more of the ball so far, I would say. Iran have the ball back. Oh, nice little trickery by the Iranians. Now playing it forward. Has to be cleared by Shilki. Throw in for Iran. So India today hosting Iran. Iran face Nepal on the 24th, and then India host neighbors Nepal on the 27th, next Monday. Iran with more of the ball. They can keep it. India having their problems so far, I would say. That's a good ball in. Oh, missed by the keeper. And on the post. All over the place. India very, very lucky to get away. Very, very lucky there. And Iran keep on the pressure on India. Iran with a header. And that should be the first corner. Once more. The Iranians keep the ball from the right into the box. Pantoy, the ball inner side of the post, and then the ball go out. What's your opinion? Remember, because of clearly someone needs to teach Vinny a lesson. Also, that match made my Aditya, I don't really bother about La Liga, to be honest. Corner Iran into the danger zone. Shot taken. Blasted over. So how is the women league system in Europe, UK? Do clubs scout for foreign non-EU talent abroad? Yes, Utsav, they do. They have players from South America, from Africa, from Asia. So therefore, yes, you can get scouted in Europe. Can our girls get scouted and trained there? Yeah, theoretically, Utsav, yes. But again, what is the quality? Again, the quality discussion we have in the men's game is the same thing that we have in the women's game. India trying to combine. Pyari on the right. Oh, terrible from Pyari. Chance for the Iranians to counter. Nice ball. Iran on the right. Ball into the box. Martina. Can Shilki keep it in? Yes, she can, but the ball back with Iran. Oh, that's a good one into the striker, and Nirmala. Lucky not to put the ball into the own net of the Indian team. Okay. In fact, the stream is just disappearing. It's back. Ooh, corner. Too long. Iran can't keep it in. Interesting to see how India cope in this game. Pyari. Oh, lost by Ratan Bala. India under constant pressure so far from Iran. It doesn't look good so far. India 23 confirmed to play Thailand 23 on 14th November. Thailand is also qualified U23 Asian Cup. Hope we can get the pose of Iran as well to materialize. Let's wait and see. The ones who are asking for the match streaming, the game is free on FIFA Plus for free. Yeah, FIFA Plus is showing the game as Iran keeps on combining. They're now on the left flank. Twist and turn, looks like an offside. Yeah, is offside. Of course, the open live stream disaster struck. I should stay here. We cannot lose against ninjas. Come on now. Love to see all Iranian teams, men's and women's, play technical and free-flowing football. Iranian players always look so comfortable on the ball. Yeah, XYZ, very, very true. So throw in for Iran. So yeah, that's something. FIFA Plus doesn't have not working. Vignesh, you don't need to have the app. Just put it out there into FIFA. Plus.fifa.com. So therefore, I'm watching it. It's working perfectly fine. Yeah. So that's it. India trying to combine their way forward. And looping ball. Was it Karishma or was it Dangmai? Dangmai today, the captain for India. It's working fine, but the resolution chance was creating network issue. Okay. Yeah, you can reduce the resolution in the quality option from HD plus to HD or SD. Arunava, we are cooked. It's been barely minutes. Looks like we're gonna go all in haram ball. Let's see, Aditya. Question is, again, we did qualify, but the question of quality is there, and Iran is putting pressure on us. Again, clearance from Pantoy. Iran on the right, ball into the box, cleared by Martina. Back with the Iranians. It's asking for something. I don't know what they're asking for. Chance maybe for India to break. Karishma, Linda, Pyari. Into the box, into the far corner. And Karishma with no chance. Was surprised Iran women's team never had the success in women's football. Looking at the football culture, of course, the political social traditions play a part. It was that Iran has been only playing proper women's football, I don't know, the last decade. There was the topic of wearing a head cover. That had to be cleared. I don't even know it. I think it was about a decade back that FIFA cleared that. And since then, Iran has been playing. So, yeah, they still have a way to go. Iran developed so much in just 3 years since the last Asian Cup. Simon, the potential was there, no? And as I said, they didn't start too long ago, and that's what you see across Asia and the women's game, or across the world, actually. There are a lot of countries who haven't been really there are getting involved. Is Manisha Kalyan playing? No, Manisha is not in the starting lineup. I just wanted to check. Manisha is not even in the... No, she's not even in the squad, so no. Throw in Iran. Yes, Nabin, it's on FIFA Plus. So FIFA Plus showing the game. That's the only platform. Either via the website or via the app, you can watch the game. But as soon as the formation of Iran women's team and women's being allowed to attend football, team looks top tier in Asia, amazing football development there, be it men's or women's. XYZ, they are far, far away from being a top Asian women's team. So they still have a very, very long way to go. So from that perspective, currently they're ranked 70th in Asia. So even behind India. So therefore, yeah, that's the reality of things. India trying to play itself forward. Again, ball back with the Iranians, back to their keeper. He's going to play it forward. Oh, Pyari with a chance and blocked by two players. Pyari has very bad game IQ. Only reason Ranjan is not in contact sheets with U20 level. It's better even at the current level. Arnab, who's better, who's worse? It's always a discussion, but game IQ, capabilities, technical abilities, I think all of our players have a problem. Someone is maybe better here or there. Ratan Bala to take the corner for India. Ball goes far and should be a throw-in for Iran. People are slowly developing the infrastructure, yet we are still behind. Aditya, our infrastructure is not the problem. The infrastructure is not a problem. Our coaches are the problem, as I've said multiple times, right? To me, that's the bigger problem rather than the infrastructure. If we don't have the right coaches, if we don't have the right quality, Oh, India's all over the place at the moment. Iran putting pressure on us. But yeah. What is Palla Devi now? Did she retire from the national team? As far as I know, Simon, she's not retired. She was playing in the last season of the IWL. And as I've said, that there are a few of those experienced players who I thought it could be wise to get some of them back, because this team, you can see that it's hopes and wishes. It's a little similar to the men's, what we've seen under Khalid, and Ratan Bala plays it back to Pyari, and then the long ball comes in and the Iranians just simply clear it. Have to be careful. Yes, she is. Compare Philippines with Iran. They did recently go for the Women's World Cup, if I'm not wrong. Simon, Philippines are much better than Iran. So if you ask me that question, yeah. I find the grassroots football development in Iran is so good. I would even say sometimes at par with Korea, maybe behind Japan. Look at their neighbors. Puzzles me. No grassroots collab. Okay. Live link. Anarol, it is live on FIFA Plus. Either go to plus.fifa.com or download the FIFA Plus app, and there you can be able to watch the game for free. I mean, technically good looking at this game, definitely much better than I think the reason for their low rankings is AFC, the late start to win support. Yeah, late start and not playing enough competition. And again, you see why their ranking is so low, because their finishing is poor, right? A good team, again, after 15, 16 minutes, would most probably be leading 2-0, 3-0 against India. That's my concern going into the Asian Cup. If I look at this game, and this is my benchmark, thinking about we're going to play Vietnam, Japan, Chinese Taipei, and we're dreaming of playing the Women's World Cup, then a lot of work needs to go into this, and it's not going to be easy. So therefore, let's hope, let's wish, whatever we can do. Nirmala, Shangita just clears it forward. Exactly my sentiments, sir. We need that experience. I mean, we need experience. We need quality also. This there is some lack of it. Right? That ball went out. Yeah, but yeah. Again, teams like Iraq, Saudi Arabia, if only they would focus on their women's team like the men's. Yeah, because it will happen at some stage. But again, you already see Iran. If you would think a decade back, Iran would have been cannon fodder for India, and now they're playing good. My concern is if I see this team, if I see the way we are playing, yeah, there are a lot of problems. Still goalless between. Still goalless between India and Iran. Throw in for India. The Iranians trying to move forward. Chilki beaten. Iranian trying to. India able to clear, maybe able to build a counter attack of themselves. Oh, Panther put under a lot of pressure. Sometimes you need young blood instead of experience. Crispin proved that by qualifying us in Asian Cup with such young squad, and I think Indian men's team need to do the same. And that is saved by Panther. You know what? We qualified for the Asian Cup. Okay, if you want to buy that point, it's nice. But for us, I think the bigger problem is, if you ask me, um, if you see this today, and remember Japan, Vietnam, Chinese Taipei, Panther is nowhere near the best that I've seen of Aditi Chauhan, right? Up front, Bala Devi might not do the most running, but she knows where the goal is. And there are others who might be thought about, considered, because this team, someone like an Indumati and all, again, like in the men's game, from generation to generation, we seem to be getting worse and worse technically, tactically, football-wise, right? Can someone explain that to me? Because this is carbon copy what's happening in the men's game. If this is the way we play, getting anything in Asian Cup is a distant thought, considering we'll be facing this in Taipei. Dangerous Vietnam and mighty German women's team has to be at best. Listen, this is the way we play XYZ. Sorry, I mean, if you are being surprised by this game, but this is the way that the Indian women's national team plays football. If you're surprised, this is how we qualified. We had a lot of luck in our favor. Let's be honest about it. But again, Indian football fans will celebrate things and not look into realities and look into problems and issues. Yeah, that we need to discuss and look at. So therefore, that's where we are. This is our quality at this moment in time. Yeah. So yeah, welcome to reality. Oh, both the players slipped. Iran. Kyari. Iran clear. The head coach isn't too happy. Mazia Zafari. Interesting that they've had a few female coaches, or actually only female coaches, cleared by Iran. Interesting to see that the top players play at Sepahan, at Ista Kurdistan. And they have some foreign-based players. One are playing. A couple of girls who play lower division in Germany. Zelina Nabet playing for Angel City. There are girls playing at Pohnpei. Lech Poznan, few playing in Turkey. So if they want to win, someone even playing at Sassuolo. So some interesting facts about Iran the women's team as India try and play forward. Right. What I like is our U17, U20 is under foreign coach. That's the best we have got now. Yeah. And that's, if again, I've said this in the past, as India try and attack. Joachim is a very good coach. We saw that before that under Thomas Dennerby, that these kind of coaches have something in them which gives us something which we don't seem to have. And therefore, for me, Thomas Dennerby gave that team a push. I think the careers of Manisha Kalyan took off under Thomas Dennerby. And you see the deficiencies when you're under an Indian coach compared to a top foreign women's coach. It's the same thing as with the men's game. Free kick for Iran. Let's be honest on that. Let's talk about this for a second. Why did Krishnan Jetri drop runners from the team? There must be something about it, right? No, Aditya, there is nothing. Again, I strongly agree with your point on stream with Nilanjan Datta, where you mentioned few players, called them spine of team, Gopal Anwar, Apuya, Chunk, they clear consistent performance. Yeah. XYZ, if you want to put down the 23s in, we're going to be failing the next 5 years. Right? Because we don't have the quality in the under 23s to be able to sustain at the senior level. We have to be honest with that. But again, some idiots will say, oh, you know what, this and that and everything. So it shows, sorry, again, I see that more and more there is a lack of football intelligence in India. Massively. Our biggest problem is football intelligence, knowledge and understanding and being practical, pragmatic and being realistic about where we are, what we are. We dream of playing World Cups and jokingly, some people would say, you will not be able to play Sunday League. That's the reality. That is our quality. And this is the same thing that we're seeing here. Sorry, this is not good enough. If this is the level that this team has been played, I don't even know how many days this team or months this team has prepared so far. This team is totally underprepared. Iran is better prepared than us. Again, and this is the crazy one. We could even win this because Iran is terrible in their finishing. We've seen that now a few times in a few games in the men's and the women's. I think that's the biggest problem in Asia is finishing. If someone has a good striker, you're good. So, yeah. We need to build a senior team around these experiences. In fact, full bunch of players we can gel together and feed off each other. So that chemistry is always missing. Yeah. If it works, great. If it doesn't, yeah. Link. Rocky, very simple. It's plus.fifa.com if you're via website. And if you have the FIFA Plus app, you can watch the match there. That's the result. Welcome. I'm doing good. Good to see you back. Always felt Thomas Dennerby should have continued working managing youth. Thomas managing senior two Swedes, imparting their wealth of knowledge. Yeah, would have been perfect, but it isn't the case, right? That's the reality of women's football and Indian football at the moment. As the referee's given a foul. Or is she given? Ball long back to the Iranian keeper. Taking a stride, and high and wide. Oh, that's a good attempt. Iran have more of the ball. Should worry the Indian team. Throw in. After qualifiers, Ashish Negi and co were doing all the calculations how this team would qualify for World Cup, but looking at this performance, this would even score a single goal even on to round 16. Yeah. If a team was going to go, an Indian women's team want to go to the World Cup, it was the team of 2022. That was a better team than this, but it's very disturbing. Tougher one on Pyari, but that wasn't a foul. So I can always emphasize that big players from Fujian trained then from German coach, and I think we can compete with Thailand, China, and other secondary team players in singles. No. It isn't so easy. No? Others have done it. The Chinese have tried to do that. The Qataris have done it, sending kids abroad. I mean, the Qatari under 23 mainly plays in Spain or trains in Spain, right? Terrible. So therefore, there's no. All of these things sound easy and to do, but again, it's not a pool of 25, 50, 100 players. You need to get millions of kids to play, and then you need to funnel that into a system, and otherwise it will not work. That is the challenge I think that we have in Indian football to grow it to a level that we are able to, to figure out, who's going to be the next big player, who's going to help us or not. Lord Casey promised all sorts of preparation for this team. I can already see this team conceding 5 to 8 goals in Asian Cup. Listen, Rishabh, with preparations or without preparations, I always said Japan can score 10 to 12 goals against us. Yeah. Right? Look at what I said post our qualification. And I'm very happy with this qualification. But I also know that this team is nowhere near to the level of Asian football that some people think they could be or should be. So to me, that's the concern. If you see this, we're playing not even an average Asian team today. Iran is not an Asian top level team. And this is how we're playing. We're going to get into that conversation also against Bangladesh, right? Or against Nepal. And that is, I think, the danger at the moment, looking at Indian women's football, or looking at Indian football, right? Of where we stand, right? I mean, Iran are in a group with Australia, South Korea, and the Philippines. They are literally in the group of that. Right? Iran, yeah, third in the pot, but I would sorry, Iran in the same pot as India, but Iran, yeah, they don't even have a chance, in my opinion, in that group. But for us, if I look at our group, Japan, Vietnam, and Chinese Taipei, we first play Vietnam in Perth, then we play Japan in Perth, and then the final match against Chinese Taipei in Sydney. There's a lot of prayers, a lot of wishes needed, right? So therefore, for me, that's going to be the challenge. He's got a handball, not given. Trying to work their way through, cleared by India. Yeah, Indians blindly jumping in. This is, as I said, luckily the Iranians are not good with their finishing, and that's a good attempt. Goes wide. captain. And number 9. Zara Ghanbari. Experienced player, 33 years of age. Good through ball for once for India. But Iran clear. India has to be careful. And Nirmala just about clears. So can we give a goal to ISNL League team to adopt 5 districts in their state and conduct a school and club youth league? These 20 can do this in every adopted district. It's like a nice idea, but who's going to pay for it? You know, the ideas need to be funded and everybody's losing money, right? And yeah, that's the problem. Maybe a chance here for India to break. Linda, Dangmai, Shongita, variance. Ranjana wins it back. Shongita, and back with Irene. Linda with the ball. Dangmai. Pyari. Too easy, dispossessed. Hey Roshan, Iran looks better. Yeah, Iran looks better. Sums it up so far after 34 minutes. Iran looks much better, but luckily their finishing is very, very poor. Otherwise, there could have been the goal here or there. So therefore, I think the most positive for us is the fact that no goal has been scored so far. Ball judgment of these players gives me strokes, says Boku. Yeah, again, what are you expecting? What is anyone expecting? Right? Karishma, Linda, Karishma, and then Karishma into the feet of the Iranians, who clearly, technically, tactically are better than the Indian team. Keep the ball in. And if needed, play the ball long out. Very uncontrolled. Morocco seems to be the new powers of world football. This shows that world-class academies and excellent centers can show significant growth in football development aspire in Qatar. XYZ, they have improved mainly because of their... Yes, they've done some things in Morocco which are right, but without diaspora, Morocco would not be where they are. So let's be clear about that. So every club just giving money to, and when there's some disgraced players cross and cross, how they cannot organize youth league. Yeah, but yeah, your problem is at the end of the day is if you are not willing, if you as a club say, listen, I want to do something different. And there are clubs who've done it different. Where is the success of youth development and all? Some clubs have tried to do a certain level of youth development in the last decade. There is no tangible success of that. So therefore, that's something which needs to be put in. Pyari on the right, ball into the middle. Oh, cleared by the Iranian centre back. And Changita with high ball. Good ball, yeah. 37th minute. Goal kick for Iran. And just a reminder for those of you who are watching, if you're liking the conversation here on the channel, leave a like behind, share it with others to potentially join in. 29 likes so far. And if you're new but you're liking the conversation, do leave a subscription behind. We're at 3,067, so thank you very much for that. And yeah, let's keep on growing the Indian football family as Pyari wins the ball. Looking for Karishma, but no chance. The high ball is going to be very difficult against a team like Iran, who have physical advantage. And diaspora plays a huge part. The best players in Morocco team origin, diaspora players, even Prem Diaz chose to represent Morocco, knowing he won't make the Spanish squad. Yeah. So I can hope if this idea implement better, we can do better in future. Like, it might sound easy and good, and this will happen, that will happen. I don't want to kill that thought process of yours, but to me, it is likely that no one will do it. They win the ball back. We can witness which country has the league running and which not, says Roshan. Yeah. If PR is running in the wings, then someone needs to be on the center. No problem in the sense that they're going to be playing for a long time. Yeah, but even those crosses, high ball just into the box, hoping someone will get to it. Do you think Karishma can get to it? Again, for first time now for Linda, the ball. We have a quality deficit in that striking department with all the players that we have. Look, again, another high ball just across, utterly useless. What is the system? What's the idea behind it? That's going to be my question. But not only that, my second question would be, what is the capabilities of these players, right? So that's, if I like it or not, that's also a conversation that we need to have. Free kick. For Iran in their own half. India dispossesses Iran. Maybe a chance. Linda. Let's see, just a blind pass into the middle, which Shongita can't get to. Iran nicely combining, nicely playing. But, oh, that's dangerous. Anthoy with the clearance. Back with the Iranians. Very poor from India so far. Lucky still that it's goalless after nearly 40 minutes. And cleared. Maybe a chance to break. Karishma. Linda. Karishma. Looking for Linda. Karishma. Shot into an Iranian defender. Cleared by Iran. Shilki. Ratanbala Shilki. Plays it out for Ranjana. Ball forward to Karishma, but the Iranian defender is going to clear her lines. It won't, will it be? Yeah, it's not even a throw-in. Good clearance. Do you think if we include our women's diaspora players, would we make the women's World Cup every time as a quarter of women's origin players better than men's? Every time, I don't think every time is something which it's not guaranteed. We're not that good. Where well we are, good we are, and so no, I don't think so. But yes, our quality would improve. Are they better than the men? Yeah, there are some talent which are better than men. Link, please. Indian Football Scout as well as to Pritam Kundu, plus.fifa.com, or download the FIFA Plus app. You can watch it there. This match was a good test because Iranian women play out of solid defense with quick transition. Very true, Roshan. And we've seen that a few times in this game. Very clearly, Iran is better. Through ball, maybe a chance. But Shongita Bashwar can't get to the ball. Linda now on that right wing earns a throw in. So it looks like Crispin Chetri. Yeah. Unions. Cleared by both teams here and there. Linda can't get past the Indian midfielder, but gets the ball back from Nirmala. Dispossessed. Ratan Bala. Shilki. Ratan Bala. Ooh. Ranjana. Unclear for an India throw-in. So my grandfather is a very big fan of football. He said our old players like Chuni Goswami and D'Souza like player, and he said today national team. He said these players don't have basic touches. He said that at the time players had very good touches, some of them best touches. So I only asked when our players not have that touches this time they don't have any coach. It's exact. You know what? The question that needs to be asked to your grandfather also is that, do you glorify the things? And I remember when I started watching football in the 90s of the Indian football team, out of Indian football, and people told me, oh, this player, that player, this player, that player. I never rated the player that highly in regard to touches, this, and that, everything. Football has changed. Football has become much more physical. Football has become much more tactical. It's a different game than it was in the 50s and 60s. And again, Bob Houghton used to always say is, if these players were so great, how many World Cups have they played? And don't come me with this Olympics and blah, blah, whatever, Asian Games, because nobody started bothering about them in the 50s. That's a good cross. Iran with a chance. 2 minutes of added time. So therefore, for me, zigzag, it's always a problem when, people go back in history and say, oh, you're this and that. I mean, I've had myself discussions with PK Banerjee and Chuni Goswami about their times and days and this and that and everything. And we were the greatest, I'm the greatest, this and that, everything. It's, yeah, what have you achieved? And don't come around to me to say, you know what, Asian Games and Olympics and this and that, it's nice. But again, the world in the 50s shifted to the World Cup and Asia shifted to the Asian Cup in the 60s. And you've never been part of a World Cup and Asian Cup. We've not really bothered about it for a long, long time. So, so that's also something, a chance for India to break. But Iran clear their lines, throw in for India. Brisbane should have invited Avika Singh, who plays regularly in Danish second division. Yeah, Roshan could have. The issue of some of the players at East Bengal who are not here as well. I don't know what that is all about. Yeah. But to me, clearly visible, there's a lack of quality in this current starting 11. And that's concerning. Looking at who we're going to play. Iran trying to break. And we'll not get it across. Where to watch? Is it fan code? No, Murali, it's FIFA Plus. Go to plus.fifa.com or go to the FIFA Plus app. You'll find it. Do you want us the way U17 played adopt? We're going to end up being complacent like men's team. See, there is at some stage a conversation about quality, right? Or lack of it. Shaky and the referee blows the whistle for halftime. It's goalless between Iran and India, or India and Iran, in these in the first match of the Women's Tri-Nation International Tournament being hosted by India at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Shillong, Meghalaya. Nepal are the third team, so goalless after 45 minutes, and that most probably is the best piece of news for India, because that was not a good half of football. A lot of learnings, I would think, but are we capable to change things in a way that we are able to play football? I think that's going to be the question, and that for me is today the question. So far, not a good half, and the deficiencies of the Indian football team have been exposed, and I think a lot of work remains for Crispin Chetri, and Uchut says, hi, in one word, India lacks match practice. Yeah, the same thing that we've seen with the men's. Forget match practice from a club perspective. I think match practice generally is missing what we see today, and that is very, very disturbing, to say the least. And today it felt like there's a lack of quality in this team, right? And if you're going to play like this, I'm worried. I am worried for the Asian Cup, to be very honest. So women football team fitness level look very bad, looks sloppy. Mindset Miss Mastery, I don't even know it's a fitness issue, and it's just overall, and it's some of them are playing like as if they haven't seen the ball for, I don't know, 6 months or a year, and that is a concerning thing. This is what happens when you don't have a domestic league. Yeah, Uchud, forget the domestic league part. I think that's a problem. But my question very simply is, how can it be? Look at India, Brazil, Thomas Danby, 4 years ago. I know, nearly 4 years ago. And look at the way India played against Brazil. Yes, we lost 6-1, but there was something about that team, right? And is the Indian women's team going into the same cycle as the men? That would be the thing. Yes, we did qualify for the Asian Cup, but are we there on merit? So, yeah, a lot of questions. So how you rate a player that is Asian level player or European level player? So exactly, Asian level player is he has to play outside of India, play in Asia, or European level player who would be playing in the top league. So that's the thing. So what about Manisha Kalyan? Ankush, I don't know what about Manisha Kalyan. I don't even know where the others are. There are other players, Somya, Sweetie, all these Bengal players are missing. इतना बकवास फुटबॉल खेलता है इंडिया, पास देने नहीं आता है, डिफेंस करना नहीं आता, फिनिशिंग पासेस नहीं देता, देने आता, ये कैसे सीखेंगे? Yeah, systems, very valid question, and it is a concern. I've said this even before. I said this after a qualification. As happy as I am, and I want India to play the Women's World Cup, but do you really want to play the Women's World Cup and then, I don't know, get exposed against an England or a Spain or a USA or a Germany? We want to play Japan, and with this performance, let's see. Where is Manisha? Where the seniors Asian Cup will be messed? The East Bengal players are not there. I don't know what is that. A lot of them are not there. So let's see. Where to watch India? It is on FIFA Plus. So if it's plus.fifa.com, and there you can watch it, or on the FIFA Plus app. It's visible that the Indian team has issues playing attacking football, a problem which I've observed since the last years. Roshan, attacking football has been a problem, for, as you say, for a while, even against a Bangladesh and Nepal. So these are realities. Lots of them keep getting switched off, playing casually, not making runs. I don't think they're playing casually. I don't think, and the problem is alertness, quality. Who's responsible for women's team performance today? Mindset mastery, Krishna Chetri and the AIFF. I remember Thailand match. I remember those 2-3 chances in the final minutes. After they went ahead, defense were lost out of position. They were lucky Thailand didn't have better quality. And Rishabh, and that's the thing. Also today, the same thing. No? We got away because Iran doesn't have the quality against a Japan or against a Korea or against a China. I don't even want to know what the score would have been by now. Maybe Crispin wants to use these 2 matches to test the bench. What should? Maybe, but if you do that, then you, I don't know, the first set of matches that you're having after you've qualified, I would have put on a stronger, a better team. If you ask me, this is not good enough. Let's put it this way. Hi, Methamphetamine. I'm good. The team is rusty right now and not look more threatening. We need better strategy. Also, why are some important players not in the squad? Methamphetamine, why they're not in the squad, I don't know. Right? It's a very valid question that you have. But to me, the question is also strategy. Is it a strategy thing or is it a lack of quality that we have to talk about? Right? And India can't afford to miss certain players. Iran women's team is so strong. Mahesh, they look good, but as with a lot of Asian teams in the men's as in the women's game, finishing decides how good or how bad a team is. And here today you realize that the finishing of the Iranian women's team is not up to the mark. So therefore, from that perspective, it is the way it is, and I don't know. Very difficult to see how we can get this better, because this today is just not good enough. The issue is that our grassroots coaches teach only to clear the ball, never to make short passes. Joseph, that's a very good point. And it's a problem, So therefore, for me, I go back to what is the most important thing in my opinion: grassroots, youth football, coaching, competitions, scouting. If we don't sort out those 5 things in the men's as well as in the women's game, we're going to get nowhere, right? Some players are not there because they're playing in good league. Joseph, who's missing? There is no one missing because she's playing somewhere else. Even Manisha is not playing in Europe at the moment. So who's missing? Forget the name of the lady who signed for East Bengal from Croatia. Seems just for more money, whereas you might not have club football this season other than ACL matches. Yeah, Somia. You're talking about Somia, and Manisha Kalyan supposedly has been linked with East Bengal. Yeah, that's where we are. Iranian coach became AFC Coach of the Year. Yes, AFC Women's Coach of the Year. Very, very true. And that shows you what Iran has been working on, has been doing. Marzieh Jafari, they're trying to do so. So it's good to test bench strength. Joseph, if you haven't set your first 11, how do you test the bench, right? No IWL, no friendlies. How can we hope for better performance? Mindset mastery. The problem is there are 2-3 problems. Yes, you can improve a certain bit with the league. You can improve a certain bit with international matches as well. But a gulf in quality, which is visible. Again, we're still talking Iran. I'm not talking about any big team in Asia. We're talking about Iran. So that's the thing. It's very disturbing to see. This Iran team was completely dominated by Pakistan, by the way. Yeah, Hannibal. Yeah, very true. By those British, um, Pakistani origin girls. Mariam, for example, is signed from Wrexham. So therefore, that's our problem. Our problem is on multiple levels. We are at the moment not good enough, and the challenge is how can we sort ourselves out in such a way that we are competitive. You know. So let's see. Let's see where we go. I feel both quality and strategy is lacking. I cannot see how this team will score goals tonight unless someone crosses and one of the poachers is lucky enough to be at the right place. Yeah, or the Iranians, do a mistake. I think that's the combination. It was an issue before widely, but the new generation of coaches got kids to play shorter, but whether or not they can coach the kids properly is a different thing. Rishabh, I still know coaches who do that. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I do agree with Joseph that there are a lot of coaches around India who still say, you know what, if you're a defender and the ball is in the danger zone, then just get it out of there. That has been done, that is being done, and that's part of the problem. If we don't focus on women's game now, it would be like the 70s and 80s when more Asian teams started taking football seriously and felt that. Yes, Uchud, very, very good observation from you. I think we could be making or are making the same mistakes as in the men's game. If you see some of the clubs are paying too high salaries, I mean, it's more in India than playing in Europe in a lower level league, a smaller league. These are all things which are there, and therefore, for me, we need to be very, very careful about those things. Yeah, very, very true. Please tell me about goal score. Prince Shaltbor, very simply, India women, Iran, it's a big 0-0 at this moment in time. So therefore, that's the result. If you want to know, that's where we are at this moment. It's goalless between these two, and I would say a lucky goalless draw so far for India. I don't know what you guys think, but to me, Iran were the better of the two sides. So that should be concerning for us, and we'll hopefully, So this 70 women struggled against Nepal and South. Joseph, we're struggling against everybody. Thailand defeated Nepal 12-0. Wow. Yeah. Again, that's where our standard is now. So therefore that's the thing, and we'll have to wait and see what we can do. At the moment, there's a lot of things happening, and we'll have to wait and see. Both the teams are back out on the field. Looks like no substitution. At least India haven't made any substitutions far I can see so far. But otherwise, I just have to wait. I don't know. Fourth official does have a board in her hand, so that means there is some sort of substitution coming up. I don't know for whom. I mean, yeah, the Generation X and early millennials just shout to clear the ball, but I've seen coaches who are late millennials and my own coaches generally, so there is change happening. Rishabh, even earlier there were coaches who did not say just play the ball out. I remember someone that I saw, let's see. You're 17, you're 20, from 8 teams now, 12 women teams have qualified. So we have also qualified for your 17 and 20 Women's Asian Cup. Yes, we have, Joseph. And as you say, those two tournaments have been expanded. That has helped us. Are we a top 10 women's Asian nation? I'm not sure. Looking at this today, I would say no. But, I'll take it. Substitution for Iran. And then number 10 comes on, which is Fatime Pasandide. That's right, with India having kickoff right to left for the Indian women's team. India directly under a little bit of pressure. India must sign better coach like those who have been played in World Cup. It's not about who has played in the World Cup. For me, the point is very, very simple. We've seen Thomas Dennerby, we've seen Joachim Alexandersson. Both of them have shown what it is. So have you seen Johan Benjamin? No, I have. I think tomorrow we'll play against Porto United here for a youth league. So what do you see? Nothing. Zigzag. Because I haven't seen him and I don't know what his quality is. That hurt. But yeah, great for him to be able to play. Foul given against Shilki. Yeah. It was a proper official match. It would have been a yellow card for sure. So let him play. There's too much of hyping going on at the moment about any player who does something here, there, somewhere in the world. Let the boys play football or girls play football, and then we'll see if they make it. I would be the first one who would celebrate it, but yeah, you'll have to give them time. Even Senior Women's Asian Cup is 12 teams, so due to this, we have qualified. Yes, Joseph, very, very true. Free kick, Iran, terrible free kick. Iran shows the problem. You didn't play back to their center back. Played across. Both your 70s and 20s played quite bad quality of football. There were some glimpses of good plays when we scored. Other than that, throughout the games. Yeah, Rishabh, it depends on the quality, right? I mean, if I look at Kyrgyz Republic beating Uzbekistan after playing against India, I would have never said that they could beat Uzbekistan. Then I saw Uzbekistan against India in the under 20s and under 70s. I thought, ooh, that is, that's asking a lot. So therefore, there is a lack of quality. So yeah. Ball back with the Iranians. The goalkeeper bangs it forward. Ratan Bala with the head. Yeah, there's a lot of uncontrolled football in the middle of the park by both teams. Seems like the ball has gone out. I think he's got 3 goals in 5 games to win. Yeah, again, great for him. But again, the real test is if he makes it to the top or not. And again, I can't even say how good or bad his club side is. So therefore, that is all those questions are unanswered. So therefore, as long as I or you cannot answer those questions, it will be very, very difficult, right? Iran with the ball on the right, ball into the danger area. Pyari slips, shot from long range, blocked. Chance for Dangmai Grace to break. Dangmai, 1, 2, 3. Iranians are too many, and it's cleared for a throw-in for India. Can you say anything why Indian football is so weak? I don't know why we are so weak, to be very honest. It's a question that I've asked myself a few times over the years. Yeah, very, very honestly. But I wouldn't be able to tell you why we are so poor and so weak in our football. Oh God, just look at that. Oh, ball stays in and then goes out. Just look at that from Ranjana, right? Desperate clearance. And this is children's football. Iran gift India a corner. Maybe a chance. Yeah, a very poor game of football. Iran the better of the two, but Very poor football from the two teams so far. None of the two sides can be happy with this. Corner. Is there a moment of Ratan Bala directly and cleared, I think, by Martina in the end against Nirmala. Yeah, Crispin Chetri, a lot of work remains for him. There are certain players who I think need to be back in attacking unit. Asomia, we need Manisha Kalyan. We need Aswiti Devi. Long kick for the Iranians. India can't clear. That's a nice ball onto the right wing. Ranjana can at least clear for a throw in for the Iranians. Yeah, Ranjana. Offside? Yeah. Offside given. I'm thinking about going into coaching in my 30s, but my concern is how do I get good coaching education? I'd love to coach corporate life in future, but ask myself, would I make quality players? There are so many questions, Rushabh, with becoming a coach in an Indian context. Can you sustain yourself? Again, as you say, you're thinking of doing it as a mainstream job. Then already if you think that's your option, then it is already a problem. Cleared by Nirmala. The Iranians keep the ball. So I can't have any face to with anyone in Asian countries that want Indian achievements. So I think these management have nothing shame at what fans want. Zigzag, with all due respect to you and to all other Indian football fans, you know what? People like me have to deal with people in international football on a day-to-day basis. It is embarrassing. So your embarrassment is yeah, it's an embarrassment, right? I get embarrassed by Indian football with my peers, and I've always and I will always defend Indian football, right? But Indian football, uh, yeah, that's the problem. So for me, I understand where you're coming from, and it hurts. But just think if I, let's say, travel to FIFA or last week in England, talk to people, it's very, very embarrassing. So sorry, your embarrassment is, yeah. At the Asian Cup 2022, Indian women dominated Iran and should have won it 3 years later. The dynamics, massive change. Roshan, if, 3.5, yeah, that was January 2022 and we're now in October, so 3 years, 9 months, and that's offside. The dynamics have changed completely, and this shows you a Thomas Dennerby team. And again, with all respect that I have for Crispin, great that he's qualified this team, but if we want in any way move forward, it needed a different kind of coach, and we don't have that, and therefore we need. I've said this also when we qualified. We need to consider thinking, even theoretically, bringing Thomas Dennerby back, but this is not good enough. This just simply not good enough. Very poor football from India so far. Iran. Interesting that they play well, but their final third penetration, creating chances are very, very bad, and that's offside. And if Iran play like this, even Iran facing a very, very tough AFC Asian Cup ahead for them, because there are teams that they will have to face which are much, much better than them. So therefore, that's going to be a big challenge for this team. Big challenge for this team going forward. So yeah, let's see. Iran on the right. Ranjana. Do you know how racism increased against Indians? Then they called us Chaudhuri. Indians don't know how to play football, so it hurts deeply. It's exact. That racism part, and that we don't, when we're not good at football, don't interlink those things, right? To me, and we don't have anyone else to blame. Again, if your grandfather says, "Oh, we need to be great, this and that," that's part of the problem. That we're not willing to accept that we were never as great as some people made us look and feel. So that's something. Did match stop? Did match finish? No, it's still goalless after 55 plus minutes. In my current club, there are a lot of players who have got D license and coach kids within the club. I could do it in a year or two with it while balancing corporate job. Rishabh, that's the best way to go about it. You see, the problem is in India is, yeah. So therefore, for me, if you think you want to do it, great. But I would never leave a corporate job to become a coach if you haven't have the background, the pedigree, because it's difficult to move up. We must include players, OCI players like Bangladesh, otherwise there's no opening in football. Yeah. Wait to watch the match. As Rushabh says, FIFA Plus, either go to plus.fifa.com if you're trying to enter via website, or go to the FIFA Plus app and watch the game. Linda.com is same as listing Kulasa, both have zero intelligence. Yeah. Aditya, yeah. Uncontrolled headers in the middle of the park. Ooh, that hurt. It's a yellow card. One of the Indian players. Pyari. I think it's the knee which goes into the side. In the 58th minute, India nil, Iran nil. In this Women's Tri-Nation International Tournament in Shillong. India, Iran, and Nepal in this competition. Free kick for Iran in their own half. They'll take it long. Chance made for India to counter. Dangmai Grace. But Dangmai dispossessed by the Iranian centre back. So we can deal with this. So now reset an Iranian reporter, and they reference said that does India play football? So just discuss. Yeah, but again, that's if as long as you don't change the people, as they don't change the mindset. Oh, Iran. Oh, maybe a chance. Karishma bangs it over. And so, yeah. And Aditya, I'm not going to quote what you said because that is not funny. Yeah. And again, it's not about just Mohun Bagan. I think the whole of Indian football needs to be questioned. Mohun Bagan have their own set of questions to answer. Khalid Jamil has his set of questions to answer. And India getting ready to make some substitutions. Rimpa Haldar and Manavika. Karishma coming off. And I think Pyari. Karishma, Shiv, Botkar, Shiv Boykar, sorry. Goal kick for Iranians. 61st minute. Iranians win the ball back. Nice little flick. Ball, important clearance from Ranjana, who's done defensively very well. But whenever there were attacking opportunities, they were back with the Iranians. Oh, Shongita. And another miscued pass, miscued shot. I don't know, Arunda. I feel if this would have been the AFC Asian Cup qualification exact squad, we would have defeated them. I really feel we're having more ball possession. Aditya, stop thinking. Chance for a counter, done by Grace. Good clearance by the centre back. There are 2-3 players free suddenly. Can she keep the ball? I don't know where you see those things. What did Pyare do, Aditya? Right? Yeah. In one of my training sessions, a 12-year-old came to practice with us and he played well, did the basics right, and all the coaches were like, oh, he's the best kid in the academy, hyping him around. But all the kid did was do basics right, passing and covering lines and spaces. I was wondering, why are they hyping and praising him for doing even the basics? Because the others don't do it, Rishabh. I go back to when I was a kid, used to come on summer holidays from Germany to India. I used to play as a 9-year-old with under 14, under 15 boys because I was able to play football. And we're talking about the 80s, huh? We're not talking about today. So the basics have been a problem. That's a very good cross. That should be. Oh. And that's the goal for Iran. Crossbar. And there it is. Goal for Iran. And it's deserved, I'd have to say. Runs to the coach. Unable to clear. And Iran get a goal. And it's deserved. I don't know, as I said, Aditya, I don't know where you're watching the game, but India more possession here. Playground in India are small, and due to this, our junior players are not trained to create space and play the ball in spaces. Joseph, playground size is not a matter of what happens or doesn't happen. Who? Crossbar? I think playing football. Playing football, having fun, enjoying yourselves, and then learning to play. That's the main thing. We don't do that. Right? So, yeah, that's it. Sorry, it's 64 plus minutes. Iran now leading against India. And the question is, can India turn this around? Shongita, Dangmai, Shongita Bashfor, Rimpa, Malavika. Malavika tries to beat her marker. Plays it back. Nirmala, high. Ratanbala fighting with the Iran captain and earns a throw-in. Sums up the state of Indian football and the basic problem that can't be solved at national camps. First touch, both boys and girls. Yeah, very well said, Butcher. First touch, technical capabilities, physical fitness, awareness, tactics comes later on. We are poor. This is really bad. Coach, assistant coach trying to make a substitution. Number 9 is going off. There's confusion of Iran, who's the captain is not going off. Okay. Ball through to Ratanbala and earns a corner at least for India. '67th minute of this game. India nil, Iran 1. Into the danger zone. That's good. But now a chance for Iran to break. Oh. Can India break on the other side? No, they can't. And Iran trying to play. Martina able to clear. Ratanbala, Malavika cleared by the Iranians. At least some urgency. Throw in 1 by Nirmala. If kids are not even doing the basics at U12 level, no wonder why we fail to produce quality players. Yeah, Rishabh, if at under 12 level you don't have the basics in place, I think it's very difficult to get all of that sorted at a later age. Second, you name any Indian origin player in Bundesliga? Zigzag, there is none in the Bundesliga. Has anyone checked the quality of coach education AIFF is currently providing? Rishabh, the quality of coach education is not a problem because the curriculum is the same. It's what the coaches make out of it. A coach education test, and that's a chance maybe for India to break on that right flank attempt on goal. Attempt made. Goal kick for Iran. So the quality of coaching is not the problem. Is the coaching degrees are the same per se. The question is how to implement the things that you learn in a coaching degree and then continue learning, right? If you're doing a coaching degree, that doesn't mean tomorrow you're finished and your education is over. No, the work continues. That is the challenge, I think. So, yeah. Ball was out. Throw in for Iran. India nil, Iran 1. 69 plus minutes in this friendly. Throw in again for Iran. At the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Shillong, which is hosting the Women's Tri-Nation International Tournament. Try to play forward. Iran on the left, ball into the middle. The striker in. Oh, what a miss by the Iranians. Great combination, no offside. Ranjana just a passenger with the substitute trying to score. Second, you find out problem that what our Indian grassroots coaches do, that they can't produce some basic technical players. They care about winning immediately. Very simple. That ball has gone out. Yeah. The problem is, to me, you don't bother about developing players. You bother about the immediate result. And if you bother about the immediate result, you don't care about development. That's the problem at the end of the day. Iran trying to combine. Shot attempt was over. Pantwa, Shilki. Yeah. Referee not giving those easy fouls at both ends, and that's a throw in for Iran. Sorry. Throw in once more for the Iranians. Throw in on the right for Iran. They're going to try and do it long. Into the box. Dangmai Grace clears it. An attempt by an Iranian player. Blocked. And looks like the Iranians are in a corner, even though they want a penalty. The Iranians taking their time, 73rd minute. Shillong. Very simple. Go to class.fifa.com. They'll find the game. Good corner. No contact made or free kick given for India. 73rd minute. Iran leading 1-0 against India in the Tri Nation. Yeah, it's very difficult to see how India needs to find means and ways. Oh, mistake. The Indians in the box, and that's the second. Terrible. What was this? No, it was just terrible. It just sort of sums up the game for us. And I hope somewhere some alarm bells are ringing, because this, just is poor. Yeah, non-existent. And we need to remember we are playing Iran. We are playing the team that, with India and Bangladesh, was in pot 4 of the of the AFC Women's Asian Cup draw. And Iran are now even getting into those positions to score. Looks now dangerous. Yeah. shocked to see the performance of the Indian team. Wasn't expecting anything special, but thought it'd be something. Yeah, for once, ball through. Can India get it across? Linda, blocked by the Iranian defender. Ratan Bala. And attempt just over the goal. I don't know if it was Shongita Bashwar. Very worrying. Seeing this. Very, very worrying. Brisbane just said that we're competing for World Cup. Now I see what we will see in Asian Cup. Zigzag. A lot of people will say a lot of things again, and there's either there's quality or there's a lack of it, and we're just seeing the lack of it, right? It's the basics which are lacking in this team. Told you lack of basics, miss kick at international. Yeah, which is very true. Lack of basics, exactly my words. Yeah, very difficult at the moment. India seem to. We need to get ourselves out of this somehow. Malvika at least earns a doesn't earn a corner. Yeah. Sana, as I said, go to FIFA.com, get to plus.fifa.com, and there you'll find the link to the game. Substitution for India. Priyadarshini getting ready. Together Bashwar with a long one forward. Dangmai. Linda. Ratan Bala. Linda. Dangmai Grace. Maybe in a dangerous position. Ooh, that's a handball. No? I thought there was a hand in there. Yeah, that's a hand. Yeah, on up. Not given. Dangmai Grace goes off. Priyadarshini comes on. Yeah, that's handball. And look at the physical strength. If our players are short, height, and don't pack strength, do we have a nutritionist? Social media has thousands of Indian fitness gurus these days. Yeah, Richard. I don't know how this current generation, the players seem to have become much smaller, no? Shorter than we were in the past, and look physically frail, right? So that's true. Shubhra, very simple. The link is plus.fifa.com, and there you will find the link, FIFA Plus showing the game. Sam and IIT said there is a football team in our college, but there is not a single competition for us to play except inter-IIT competition. Yeah, then you have to create your competitions, no? So if there is no competition, you need to yourself become proactive and create those things, no? Create tournaments, competitions, invite other teams. That's the only way forward. Right? If you're depending for others to do everything for you, it will not happen, right? You have to become proactive and try and hope and wish and build, because otherwise they're not. India lose the ball again. Indians trying to combine their way forward. Ooh, luckily the captain can't keep and can't connect the ball. Otherwise, that could have been a third. Forget the strength. We are technically inept. Yeah, we're technically non-existent, and that should be A corner for India. Yeah. In the 80th minute. Maybe a chance for India to get something back. Corner India. Cleared by Iran. Ratambala has to be careful. Yeah, keeps the ball. Potentially in a dangerous area. And there's a chance for Iran to break. Lucky there to get away. Nirmala. If that ball gets through, would be a nice ball. But the Iranians have the ball, and that's a chance. Shoulder back. Lucky there, India. They're Iranians, and good save by Banthoi. So one thing that we don't have any strength, we don't have any technical ability, so why we're playing football, I think so this is some logic question. See, you don't have to have certain things to be able to play, right? But if you have them, it makes more sense. Oh, that's a lovely through ball, and ooh, was that offside? And now their captain, talisman is going to go off. So yeah, is it? Again, there are other countries around the world who have our problems or different problems, and captain going off. Zara Ghanbari. Indian attacking position. The only good thing is that it's a test match. Yeah, Roshan, agree with you on that. That's the only good thing, that it's not a qualifier or Nation Cup or whatever match. India with a chance here on the right. Can they get it into Iranians or no? The Iranians clear. India earn a throw in. But it should be worrying to Crispin and everyone else. Oh, Shongida Bashfor, best chance for India. Well done by the defender to save four-eye keeper. Counter-attacking move by Iran. Tanbana. The Iranians are trying to move forward. It's given as an offside. Yeah, that's not, you can't see that from that angle if it was on or off. 84th minute, throw in India. India 0, Iran 2. Oh. And to India win a corner, yes. Rimpa Haldar. Two more substitutions for India. Kiran as well as Santoshi coming on. Corner for India. 85th minute. Iran are able to clear. In that case scenario, it's a throw in for Iran. Yeah, guys, can we get something out of this game at least? Let's go home with a good feeling. Even that looks tough at the moment. Sangita, Ratanbala with a long range attempt, but not on target. And striker makes her way through, plays it into the middle. But chance for India to counter. Ooh, lost easily. Back with the Iranians. Sloppy. Sorry. And India needs to find solutions. Lose the ball again. Bad pass. Back with the Iranians. And chance there for India to break. And Linda loses the ball. Oh, lovely through ball by the Iranians. Another good pass. And there. Ratanbala clears it. Yeah. Counter-attacking chance for India maybe. Into the box, but how are you going to control that? That was sound ball. Free kick now, at least for India. Free kick for India. And cleared by the keeper. Corner for India. In the 89th minute. हम तो आ रहा है. Yes, Kunal, we are. Your chances in Asian Cup League. Yeah. Our chances, yes. Saksham. It looks like Iran is losing their attacking. We're not attacking their midfielders. Is this our first team? If yes, I have nothing else to say. If no, then Crispin has to answer, but nobody will question. This isn't the best. There are 3-4 players that I feel are missing. Some of them have been left out earlier also of the qualifiers, but this is somewhat, except 2-3, most probably the best we have at the moment. So, Chud, if you want that question answered, then most probably yes, that's the scary part. I looking at the way we're playing at this moment in time, I'm very, very worried about the AFC Women's Asian Cup next year. We're all over the place. The Iranians. Okay, that was a replay of the second goal. I was just thinking. 90 minutes gone. Treatment done. Corner for India. Comes into the box. Cleared by the Iranians. And this is something that we'll see. And the ball goes out through in Iran. 90 plus minutes, but I haven't seen anything. Have you? I don't know if you guys have seen anything in regard to added time from the referee. Iran trying to counter on the left wing. India has to track back. Indian player looking at options directly into double save. And it's all over the place, and that should be a foul in the end. Just slapstick. There is no attacking intent. The defensive midfielder is not put on pressure, under pressure. And no, why I didn't think of the World Cup in this cycle. Yeah, Roshan, we are very, very far away from the World Cup. Very, very far away. There is a total lack of attacking play. Iran are attacking. Yes, Joseph, that's the problem. It's one way, it's maybe a free kick. Ranjana finds Linda for once. Linda, no, that's not good enough. And then another counter-attacking chance for the Iranians on the left. They're trying to play through into the middle, and I think they'll all they won't earn a corner, but they'll earn a throw-in. 92 plus minutes played. Back to the Iranian goalkeeper. It is worrying. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but to me, it's very worrying to see the way we're playing today. Not even going up for headers. The Iranians win the ball again. And there are 6 Indian players. The last line, that's offside, I think. One more substitution for the Iranians. Hi, the multiverse. Welcome. The Iranian players down nearly 94 minutes in this game. Free kick for India. Natambara. India on the right. Kidden Puja loses the ball. Natambala wins it back. Iran wins it back. And that's a foul for Iran. Free kick Iran, 95th minute already. I guess maybe a few more seconds or maybe a minute to play. Indian football forward together was being shown in the banner at the back end. Sounds, I don't know, sarcastic at the moment given the realities. Oh, Iran into the last line. High ball. And what is Panthoy doing? Either collect it or leave it, but don't pattern it and give Iran another corner. Let's see, I hope not. Corner for Iran, 96th minute. Well done. They are able to somewhat clear, and that is gonna go wide. And that's the final whistle. India suffered an embarrassing 0-2 loss to Iran. And the only thing that I can say after this game is very simple. Iran deserved this win, and a 2-0 is actually, yeah, it's actually being too friendly to the Indian side because we were just not good enough today. And what I said after our qualification for the AFC Women's Asian Cup earlier this year, that we will need certain experienced players to be back. Otherwise, the things will not work. And Devajyoti, you can ask your question once, but not, I don't know, X number of times. That's doesn't change, doesn't mean that I will, you know. So therefore, yeah, disappointing. I don't know what you guys think. I am at least very disappointed with this kind of a performance, which was not good enough. And there's a lot to answer for Crispin Chetri and the girls. There's a lot to answer for the AIFF because this will not be good enough if we want to play the AFC Women's Asian Cup next year in Australia. Because Japan, Vietnam, Chinese Taipei, all of these teams are better than us, and they could harm us. And that is, I think, the biggest concern that I have in with this. Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, I'm lost for words. You know that we are struggling. Most probably that we don't have a league, we don't have this, we don't have that. Okay, I understand all of that, but there needs to be some sort of strategy system behind it, and I didn't see anything of that. It was very poor. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. I thought it was a very poor performance. It was just not good enough. And to me, it shows how much of work remains for Crispin Chetri and everybody involved because this will not do. This will surely not do. And yeah, it is. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say. I don't know if anyone wants to still say something. I know I see a lot of these spam messages that come in, but otherwise, yeah, it is. It is just not good enough. Just not good enough, guys. Um, if there's no more comment, I will slowly come to an end of this live watch along India versus Iran women's at the
Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Shillong, Iran, deserving 2-0 winners. And India to play Nepal next Monday. And I would hope that we would be in a better position, in a better state than we are today. Thanks. I'll catch you again tomorrow. FC Goa versus Al Nassr, a live watch along as well. As I say, do support this channel, like this video, share this video, and as always, keep supporting Indian football. I know it's tough. After such a game, it is very, very tough. But you and I, we all need to keep on supporting Indian football. Thanks, and good night, everybody.